Happy Monday. You are now in tune to the Jazzie Conversations. Now's the time for a dope comeback.
It's Blue Summers, duh.
When they say she get it from her mama, I'ma say you fucking right. Body rude is unpolite. Tell me in a humble life. Tell me is you down? Cause I'm trying to go up tonight. All the hoes just left and right. I just wanna live in a fantasy. I think we deserve it right. Top of the memories I've ever made in my life. Permanent ecstasy. Ladies is pimps tonight, living inside a dream. Let's play where the love is like. I put that on my mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can't touch my back, but you could. I look fly, I look too good. Put that on my mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can't touch my back, but you could. I look fly, I look too good.
Make sure you tag your friends and family to join in. All right. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. This is the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. And I, of course, am your host, 𝙉𝙀𝙒 𝙀𝙥𝙞𝙨, mother, educational leader, host, podcast host, event host, and so much more. And I am so glad and elated that you guys are tuned in to episode 126 of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. Listen, we have a great show for you tonight, and I cannot wait to bring on my guests for the evening. I cannot wait so that you can be introduced to such a powerhouse of guests that we have. And so with that being stated, I want to go ahead and just give some kudos to people who are making a difference in the community. And by making a difference in the community, what I mean is that they have entered the political race. And so there's two people that I want you to keep your eyes on, two political races that I want you to keep your eyes on, in part because the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast is endorsing these two candidates. But of course, I want you to keep your eyes on all of the political races that we have coming up, including for president. But for Polk County, Florida, I would love for you to make sure that you do your research on Mr. MJ Wright. MJ Wright is running for seat 2 on the Polk County Public School Board. And so seat 2 covers your Four Corners area, which would be Lake Wells, Haines City, Point Siena area. And we want to make sure that he is definitely voted in. Okay. So I want you to make sure that you do your research. I want you to make sure that you go to his meet and greets, follow his page on Facebook to get to know him. He's very personable. He's very knowledgeable, and he is a servant leader. Make sure on August 20th, you cast your vote for Mr. Marcus Wright Jr. All right. For seat 3, the right choice for us all. Also, in Hillsborough County, we have an election for our court county judge. Miss D. Jones would be the choice for that. Miss D. Jones is running for Group 21, and I want you to make sure that you do your research on her, follow her page on Facebook, and make sure that you show your support during her campaign trail, and you vote on August 20th, all right? And so, you know that Monday is my very, very most favorite day of the week. And it is my favorite day of the week because it is a day to restart. It is a day to set new goals. It's a day to crush new goals and just set a new trajectory for everything that we would like to accomplish. It's a reset. I use it as a reset button because I'm redoing my reflections over the weekends, definitely on Sunday. And by Monday, I'm reset, right? And so with this podcast, you know that you can expect a inspirational podcast. You can expect a motivational podcast every single Monday because you know that I'm going to be bringing you guests who have impactful stories, meaningful stories that will help you along your journey to your comeback. And you know that I believe that we can make a comeback from anything with God, the right resources, knowing how to use those resources effectively, and your willingness to do the work. And so, without further ado, I am going to bring on my special guests that I have for this evening. And so, one by one, you're going to see them appear on screen, and we are going to tell you about a fantastic nonprofit that has started. And so, with that, I am going to let all of them, you guys can turn on your cameras at this particular time. Hi, ladies. I am so glad to hear them and see their beautiful faces. And so, one by one, I just want to go ahead and introduce them. We have Miss Simone McFarland Tucker. How are you today, Simone?
I am doing good. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal. And so let me tell you a little bit about Simone. And I love to give people their just due. I want to give you some background knowledge with Miss Simone. Miss Simone McFarland Tucker is a dynamic CEO and visionary leader known as the CEO of Everything Glam. As the founder of Glamour Tag Consultation Services, LLC, based in Lake Wales, Florida, Simone brings extensive expertise in business launch and brand development to her role. Her strategic insights and creative approach have been instrumental in transforming entrepreneurial dreams into successful ventures. Now, listen, beyond her entrepreneurial endeavors, Simone is deeply committed to the community. She's passionate about community service. She serves in various roles, including one as a licensed claims adjuster, a public notary, loan signing agent. Y'all got y'all list because I need y'all to make sure that y'all make this long list. A wedding officiant. She's a certified travel agent. I told y'all she was a serial entrepreneur, right? And her diverse contributions reflect her passion for addressing community needs and making a meaningful impact. Now, recently, and this is what I love, but recently, she was appointed as secretary on the board of the Women's Resource Center, underscores her commitment to advancing gender equality and supporting women's rights. So you have a plethora of roles that will require you to be very committed to the community, but it will also give you the opportunity to show the expertise that you have. And I know that we carry all of these grandiose titles, but I think the one title that really, really, really matters in the community is that you have the heart of a servant leader. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into it. Get into it. Yes, we are. And so, Miss Tracy Hill, how are you, Tracy?
I'm good. Hello.
Hey, so listen, I met Tracy and she's just been a social butterfly. Like I see her when she's at a fashion show, when we have our board meetings, and she's just so pleasant to serve alongside. So I'm going to give you some information about Tracy. Tracy is the director of events for GLAM. And I did not mention that Simone was the founder and executive director of GLAM. How did I forget that? So Simone, I'm giving you your just due right there. All right. So Tracy is the director of events. Tracy has dedicated 35 years of exemplary service as a manager at the VA Medical Center, demonstrating unwavering commitment to providing exceptional care for our veterans. Alongside her professional endeavors, she passionately volunteers at the Boys and Girls Club, where she serves as the cheerleader commissioner, positively impacting the lives of our youth for over a decade. Tracy's journey, marked by resilience and determination, began as a teenage mother herself at the age of 16. But despite the challenges, she persevered, graduating from high school and pursuing further education while becoming a certified trainer in Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And as an educator, good Lord, do I know about some Stephen Covey? So great job, Tracy. And thank you so much for being one of my special guests for this evening. And last but not certainly not least, we have Miss Erica Bernardini. And so Erica is the GLAM Community Outreach Ambassador. And you're going to find out why she has that title. Watch. All right. So Erica, her husband, Chris, and their 5 children moved to Florida from Maine, y'all, in 2021 to pursue dreams in a tropical setting. And we all are experiencing that adverse effect of this tropical season and weather because it's a torrential pour down right now, right? So, she was raised in northern Maine. Erica has always been active in her community, volunteering in hospitals and with the YMCA and Boys and Girls Club. A 200-hour certified yoga instructor, Reiki master teacher, wellness coach, and mentor. You're sounding like Simone right now. I got to check. Erica is studying criminal justice and has engaged with legislators as a parental ambassador. Passionate about motherhood, natural birth, holistic healing, and sustainability, she previously secured grants to build community gardens and organize educational events. And I'm going to tell you that that is half of their bios and resumes because these ladies are some fantastic, dynamic, super duper oh delicious like women, right? Like they're just bad, like just bad to the core. Like I'm like Simone did a fantastic job at integrating women with a single cause, who are well qualified to do this mission work. And I am Jazzie Bennett, but you guys know that I am the program director for Girls Leave a Mark and So Inc. And so I want to dive into this conversation because we have a huge 2-week event that we are embarking upon. And I just wanted to afford this organization, which is near and dear to my heart, the opportunity to spotlight their mission, vision, and all of the spectacular things that we're going to be doing in the community on this platform. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, ladies, let me know how your Monday has been. Do you like Mondays? Do I have to take anybody out the studio for not liking Mondays? How has your day been?
I love
Awesome.
Mondays.
I love it too. Reset.
I can't complain.
To be honest, I don't think I started liking Mondays until I became a full-time entrepreneur because I don't want to go to work today. I don't have to. All the days, like literally my days just blend together. So it was like, oh, it's Sunday. Oh, okay. Oh, it's Wednesday now. Dang, well, what
right.
What? Did I sleep the other days? We know I didn't sleep.
You never sleep.
I never sleep.
What you mean? What sleep?
But I love Mondays.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that. I want to start this conversation off with you, Simone. I want to know, in your purview, because I know you have a lot of ideas that swirl around your brain, and I've had you. Simone is definitely a veteran member of the Jazzie crew. Simone, this is probably your 4th or 5th time being a special guest on the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. And so each and every time you're on this podcast, I learn something new about you, and you're just tenacious, and you have a lot of things that you want to do and that you are passionate about doing. And so why is GLAM so important to you? How did you come up with the idea for GLAM?
To be honest, Girls Leave a Mark came to me pulling into McDonald's. Okay, so let me go back. Let me go back just a little bit. Girls Leave a Mark came to me when I was looking at the acronym for GLAM, when I had got my office in Arbondale, and I was trying to fit Glamour Tag Consultation Services LLC across this like 11-foot wall. It wasn't happening. So
right.
And I had these big letters that were probably like this big and this big across. That was not all gonna fit.
Right.
And so I put the acronym GLAM up there, and I'm like, I gotta do something with that acronym, but I just wanted it to come naturally, so I didn't think about it again. A year later, I want to say about a year later, my daughter and I were pulling into McDonald's right there in Arbondale off of Havendale, and I was like, I just looked at her and I was like, Girls Leave a Mark. And she looked at me like, oh, okay. Like, what about it? I was like, I don't know, but that's what we can do with the acronym GLAM.
Yeah.
We can say Girls Leave a Mark. And she was like, oh, okay, I like it. So, we got a little sausage cheese biscuit bundle and carried up. Because that's all I get from McDonald's is the sausage cheese biscuit bundle. I don't care for McDonald's like that. But
right.
So we get our little biscuit. About a year and a half later, I'm having a conversation with Miss Jane, and I'm just telling her, this is what I want to do. I really want to start something for teenage moms. I'm not sure what that looks like. I'm not sure if it should be a for-profit, a nonprofit. I didn't know much about nonprofits, so I was going to do it as a nonprofit or make it like a DBA under Glamour tag. And she was like, no, you should totally do that as a nonprofit, because that is a social issue. And I was
Right.
like, okay. So I started doing my research, and she gave me some tips and gave me some bullet points of what I needed to do. So I started doing research, and I'm like, oh, this isn't that bad. So a year later, sitting at a CVS waiting on my son's prescription because he has asthma, waiting on his prescription to come.
Mhm. Simone, we can't hear you.
I'm sorry, I
That's okay.
accidentally. So what's the last thing y'all heard?
That you were picking up your son's prescription from CVS.
Okay, so I picked up my son's prescription from CVS, and I'm sorry, I'm sitting there waiting to pick up his prescription from CVS, and I'm like, okay, let me see what it takes to do a nonprofit. Let me see how much work it takes. And so once I did the research, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a lot of tedious work, but it can definitely be done. And August 31st, I applied for our articles of incorporation. I remember the time, it was 5:56 p.m. And the only reason I remember the time is because I was telling my boys, we are about to go in 4 minutes. Just let me submit this first and we are gone. And I remember when I submitted it, it was 5:56. We came back in the next day. I checked my email, and yes, I remember the time. I can't remember much, but I can remember this. And I don't know if it's because it holds so much weight and value in my life, but I checked my email at 10:16 and already seen that our articles of incorporation had been approved. It didn't even take 24 hours. Then, so I called Miss Jane. I was like, oh my God, Miss Jane, they approved the articles of incorporation. She was like, wait, what? That normally takes a few weeks. I was like, no, it was approved like within less than 24 hours. So for me, it has just literally been a green light from there. The women that God has connected me to, including you ladies, have just come to me, and I don't even know how to describe this. I think it's just the love of teenage moms and being a teenage mom myself. I had my first child at 16 and then had my second child at 18, like days before I graduated high school. I wanted girls to have a place where a safe space. I wanted them to be able to get the resources that they need. When I had my kids, I didn't know anything about Section 8, food stamps. I didn't know anything about any of that. The first 3 years, I struggled and sacrificed and did all that myself, because I didn't come from a family that, not that we should have been on food stamps. I'm just being quite transparent, but my mom just pride was too high, and so she just didn't do it. And so I just wanted these girls to essentially have a safe space. I wanted them to be able to get the resources that they need and not have to make sacrifices. I mean, I can tell you several sacrifices I made as a teen mom, where I would have to choose between buying Pampers for my kid or buying pads for myself. And of course, you're going to Pampers. I just don't want these girls having to, I know they're going to go through things. I know there's stuff that we can't stop, things that we can stop. Us as a community, we have to stop it. We have to get in front of it. We have to, let these girls know that, hey, somebody is here for you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to raise this baby by yourself. I know a lot of teen moms, sometimes they give up their kids because they don't have the help. And I want to be that, I want us to be that space where you don't have to worry about if you have help or not. You have us. You have GLAM. And essentially, that's all that matters. And I didn't want it to be like, you just come here, you just get a bunch of free stuff and you just go home. No, I wanted them to have to work for it and understand the value of hard work. Every single thing I've gotten in my life has come from me working, has come from me, the sweat off my brow, like my husband loved to say. It came off the sweat of my brow. So I wanted these girls to understand that everything in life is not going to be handed to you. You do have to work. So how you earn things with us is you come to the workshops. These workshops are here to benefit you. They're there for the sole purpose of the betterment of you and your child. And to reward you for attending those workshops, you get GLAM bucks where you can go and spend in the GLAM pantry, and you can get items for yourself. I remember being a teen mom and I wanted that Victoria's Secret lotion. I wanted that Bath and Body Works scrub, but I couldn't get it. Why? I couldn't afford it. So I want to have things like that in our pantry, Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secrets, things that they would not be able to afford, but things that they can earn for just showing up for themselves.
Absolutely. And I absolutely love it. Just even the format of your website, the way that it is inviting to, the mothers and the women that you're going to serve. It's easy to navigate. And so just give me a few of the topics that the girls will have to undergo. Like, what are some of the workshops that you have in store for them?
So the workshop that we have already started, which is the self-love and personal development, we had our first class on June 3rd. July, what was it? July 13th?
June.
It was just, was it July?
No.
June.
No,
We haven't hit the 13th yet.
See, the days just all blend in together. So
Look, I understand.
It was
I
June
understand.
27th. I'm sorry. It was June 27th. So
Yes.
we have the self-love personal development. We also have financial literacy. We have a cooking class. We have a parenting class. We have what's the financial literacy. We have a career development class. With the career development class, some of the donations they get to like have blazers. It kind of reminds me of the Women's Resource Center, their Thread program, which I was a part of.
Mhm.
And where we would go in and we would get to pick out blazers, and it was like career day.
Yeah.
We have that as well. So I'm not gonna, we can't tell them all the classes.
We can't.
Just
Just
all the juice,
game over it a little bit. Just game over it a little bit.
We gave them a little bit.
Yes. Okay. And so we're going to move on to Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy, tell me your why. Why did you decide that GLAM was going to be a nonprofit organization that you wanted to support?
Well, my why was because first and foremost, I was a teenage mom. At 16, I had my first child that helped me grow up real fast.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've always wanted to, once I became an adult and really got into the workforce and things like that, I always wanted to give back. I wanted the young ladies to know you can be successful, because my big it was that people always said, you have kids at a young age, you're never going to be anything. You're not going to make it. They told me those words. And I just was determined that was a lie. And I wanted these young ladies to know that you can be somebody, you will be somebody, that you don't have to stop here. There's a lot of things that we don't have the opportunity to get. And I love, like Simone said, I didn't want to be a part of something where somebody just come in and you just give them something and send them about their way, because they don't learn anything. They don't learn anything. And I spent a lot of time giving, as you said, into Boys and Girls Club, because I wanted to get in front of it before, but my passion has always been to get with current teenage moms and or abused women, young girls, because we do have a lot of young girls that are abused as well. And a lot of times they are a product of being teenage moms because of the abuse. So I wanted to be a part of something that was bigger than me in that area. I met Simone at a conference. We started talking, realized how much we had in common. So when she told me about GLAM, I think I was more excited than she was. We both was just jumping up and down like, yes, let's do it. I'm all in. And as Simone know, and you all know, when I'm all in, I'm all in. And I'm super, super excited for these ladies. These young girls, they have no idea what they are embarking on, and the opportunity that has been set for them. They are in for a treat. So that is my why, is that I want to make a difference. I want to be a part of something that's bigger than me, and show a teenage mom or mothers that, yes, you are somebody, you can be somebody, you will be somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. Erica, what's your why, madam?
Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
My story is a little different from these lovely ladies. My husband was actually a teen parent many years ago, so I know the struggles that he faced as a father. And so when he and I got together, I was actually told that I could not have children.
Wow.
So I now have 5 children that I've had naturally. And so my oldest, he's almost 11. And through my motherhood journey, I have acquired all of these different tools with the Parent Ambassador Alumni Group, which you guys can find on Facebook. Follow them, show some love. But basically, this group is getting in very uncomfortable places and spaces, up in legislature, in senator spaces, just kind of really speaking our truths and also demanding change where change needs to be. So I feel like my role with Girls Leave a Mark is very special, and it's sacred to me, really, because I have these tools here that I've been honing in on for years now. I'm getting chills speaking. Oh, you'll have to. And so now I'm like, I need to teach these young women how to roar the same way that I learned how to use my voice, to use these tools. You know, Simone, you mentioned that you didn't know about these resources for so long, and you know, unacceptable. I'm very much in a place now of being who I needed when I was younger, and I know you ladies can really resonate with that. So that's my why. I need to be a voice for those who haven't realized and recognized their power, because it's there. We just have to fine tune it. We have to activate it. And so I've been a parent ambassador since 2017. And in that, I've done leadership training. I've done sharing your story, learning how to really hone in on the important aspects of one's story. And, you know, our struggles become our strength. I'm all about finding power in the pain. So I'm here to just elevate lives. And I stumbled upon Girls Leave a Mark. I came across Mom's Mix. What was it? A month ago now, right? Yeah.
May 9th.
Yeah, okay. Gosh, time. Haines City, come to find out I'm 15 minutes from there. And, you know, I've been praying to be at tables with women who are ready to work together. We're not in competition. We're all here on this planet for such a short time. We got to elevate and do better. So
Absolutely.
Here I am.
And we are happy to have you. Listen, I wanted to share my why with this organization. Number one, I've been knowing Simone for some time now, and I watched as she started to develop Girls Leave a Mark, and it was just so funny because I had someone reach out to me, and he's like a brother to me. We went to high school, and he's like, so hey Jazz, I hear that you're doing work with GLAM, and you know, I want to know how to get my daughter involved and da 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 da. And I'm like, what's GLAM? I'm like, he's having this conversation with me, and I'm like, what's GLAM? Like, this was like at the this was in the beginning. And so after I started thinking about it, and then I called Simone and I said, so listen, I have somebody who his daughter is a teen mom, and I think that, you know, this would be a great Girls Leave a Mark would be a great organization for them. And I said, but he said GLAM, and I'm like, but I told him it was called Girls Leave a Mark. And as soon as I said that, I was like, duh, like that's GLAM, Jazz, like. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so Simone and I just started talking, and the ironic part about it, because I was supposed to host the mixer that we had, like the opener, to introduce ourselves to the community that we had, and I did not even know that the same young lady that attended was one of the ladies in attendance at the event was the same young lady that is my friend's daughter. And it's so coincidental, like the way that happened. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, so you already know B, like you already know them, like you've already met them. And I was like, wow. But going even deeper and going even before that, I wasn't a teenage mom, but I did have I had friends who were teenage mothers. And I'm going to be very transparent. Like being a teenage mother is one thing that really, really frightened me and scared me so much to the fact that it was a part of my daily prayer in high school was like, God, please just not let me be a teen mom. Like, cause it's like, I love kids. I'm in education, right? So I absolutely love kids. And I call myself the baby whisperer because kids love me. And I'm just like, I absolutely know how hard it's going to be. And I just don't know if I'm built for that life. But then fast forward, I was 28 years old when I had my first son. And you literally would have thought that I was a teen mom because it hit me so hard because it just was not that cookie cutter situation where I had the husband, etc. I was going into like a co-parenting situation, which was something that was not ideal. So even though it wasn't a teenage mother experience at all, I felt a little piece of that. And then it was like I started to get sent girls who were teenage moms, and like their mothers would reach out to me and say, "Would you please talk to my daughter? Would you please mentor my daughter? Could you please like just give her some resources or breathe life into her?" And so, although I wasn't a teen mom, I have been in the space of so many teen mothers where I have mentored them and where I have seen the struggles that they go through. And the number one thing that I love is to see these young ladies come out on top of adversity. And I just say that it is tough now, but the grit that you guys are about to gain, it will be something that you will take with you forever. And by the time you're my age, you're going to be running circles around the accomplishments that you see that I have, because one thing that you have that I didn't have was this this thing that you consider to be tough or hindrance to your life right now, but it is going to be a part of your comeback story. And I just said, you just watch and see, and you just watch how you're going to mature, and you're going to mature faster because you're going to understand life a little bit faster. And you're going to understand the importance of being a goal digger, as I say, someone who's definitely about their goals. And so, that mission and vision that GLAM has, it speaks to me, and I'm all about empowerment. And I feel that by getting the resources to the girls and to women who are abused, we all know what happens when a strong woman collective comes together, when it's collaboration, when it's truly no competition, where it really is support. So aside from collaboration, where it is really support, that's the main thing. And to have these girls have a support system like this, like, we are a fraction of this board, right? And so if we are only a fraction of this board, there are so many other women who have come together, united for the sole purpose of spreading our mission and vision that Simone has come up with, and that it is, it's her baby, right? And it's something that is going to grow in this community. And so, Simone, I want to give you this opportunity, if you'll go ahead and just mention the other ladies that we do have on the board.
So let me pull up our little here, just so I want to make sure I don't miss anybody, because our board.
Listen, so Rashawn Tucker, it says Rashawn Tucker is on here, but that's Applejack. He's saying, "Hi, mommy, it's Applejack and Sean." That's why I was like,
hey,
have people in the comments so they can come on in the room and have a conversation and learn all about GLAM.
Hey,
I thought that was so funny. I'm like, Rashawn Tucker. Then it's like, "Hey, mommy, it's me, Applejack and Sean."
I can't even see it. So, hey, Applejack, and hey, Bay.
Right.
Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. So we have Lord have mercy. We have Aquanda, she's our president. We have my daughter, Kira McFarland. She is our vice president. We have Leah Phobe. I know a lot of y'all know Leah. Financial. Yes. She is our treasurer, of course. Duh. Then, of course, we have the beautiful Miss Tracy as our event director. We have Miss Leticia Gilchrist, and she is our fundraising and volunteer director. We have Oris Bennett, which is one of my very close friends.
And that I thought I was related to, and I still need to do some digging with that.
I still low-key think I'm related to her. She's from little itty bitty Plant City, is what they call it.
Hey, I may have some people in Haines City. I mean, in Plant
No,
City.
Plant
In
City, yeah.
Plant City.
Plant City. She is our chief of compliance, and then we have Miss Jane Waters. She's our senior advisor. Brandy Davis is our board of secretary. We have Brittany Blunt. She is our director of membership. And of course, we have Jasmar as our director of programs. We have Tiffany Campbell as our director of PR and marketing. Then we have Miss Rhonda Todd. She is our community engagement officer. And then, of course, the beautiful Erica as our GLAM community outreach ambassador. And then we have Brittany Reeves, which is my cousin, as our GLAM board support liaison. She's still going through paperwork. And then last but not least, actually, it is last and least, we have the beautiful Trust God sis herself, Miss Shan Lucas, as our board support liaison. So the board support liaisons, they kind of just fill in the gap for the areas where we say so I can't even talk today. Say for example, Miss Tracy is having needs help with an event or needs help doing something for an event. A board support liaison will step in and take on that role. It's like to help and assist her essentially. So that is our board. So we do have a pending application for Miss George. So her application is pending, but we're just waiting on background checks, which I know her background check should be fine. But she will be our newest and last addition to the board.
Awesome. And I cannot wait. We were talking in the waiting room, and we were just like, look, we need to have more in-person events so that we can get to know one, so because we just enjoyed it. And so I know we do have some things that are gonna, be coming up that's just amongst the members of the group, but we are gearing up for a dynamic pantry donation drive. And I would like, Simone, if you want to open us up, open the dialogue, open the conversation up as to what we're doing, why we are doing it. Erica, if you have the list of what we need, Tracy, if you want to add some input into it. So Simone, this is your elevator pitch for our GLAM pantry donation drive, which I do have a graphic for it so that everybody can read it, but go ahead and let everybody know what we're doing.
Y'all, this donation drive is extremely important. The reason why it's important, for one, is because it's our first one. So it's our inaugural. I said it right. Donation
inaugural.
Drive.
I know that's right.
Yes, this donation drive is super important because it is going to bring the resources straight to the girls. So everything donated will be given back to the girls. Everything, I should say, usable that's donated will be given back to the girls. We have a whole storage unit that we are turning into like a little boutique, our GLAM pantry boutique. If it was up to me, I would paint it and do all that, but the storage center is like, no ma'am, you cannot do that. But we're turning this storage unit, and it's an air-conditioned storage unit. We're turning it into a boutique. So when the girls come in, they're going to get the real shopping experience like they're in the store. They'll be able to come with their GLAM bucks, be able to purchase whatever items it is, whether it be pads, whether it be toilet paper for their household, because this isn't just about their babies. They have to be happy too, and they have needs and necessities, things that they need as well to be able to successfully take care of their kids. And so our pantry is not just about getting things for the girls. Getting things for the babies. We also need things in there for the girls. So if you have gently used clothes, if you have unused undergarments such as panties, drawers, goodness gracious, panties, bras, things like that. Of course, we're always accepting donations for money. If you would like to send a check, you can always make out the check to Girls Leave a Mark. Just anything that you feel a baby will need, or that a young mother will need is, it's essential. It's essential to have in this pantry. So that way, when these girls come, our pantry is stocked. We do not want these girls to come for particular things and it not be there. Like they should never come to the pantry for pads and we don't have them. They should never come to the pantry for diapers and we don't have them. There are certain things that must be in this pantry, regardless of what day it is and what time it is. And that is why our community, we need y'all to show up and show out. Show up and show out. Okay.
Please, and thank you.
Yes. The same way y'all show up to work, I need y'all to show up to this donation drive like your life depended on it, because these babies, their lives depend on it. And
it does. And So Tracy, when I was and Simone, you can chime in on this as well because it does relate to you as being a teenage mom. What would it have meant to you if you would have had a resource like this when you were a teenage
Oh
mom?
my God. It would have just relieved so much pressure. I worked two jobs for a long time to provide for my kids, which mean now, even though I'm working two jobs, I had the privilege of my mother keeping them, but I didn't
Mhm.
have that time that
Yeah,
was needed. So with a
yeah,
resource like this, I can still get to spend time with my kid. I can earn it by learning something with our
Mhm.
workshops. It's just so beneficial all the way around. And it's going to help, it would have helped me be a better rounded person. And know that we're, you got some aunties out there. I'm an only child, so that was important for me. That would have been important for me, know I
yeah,
had some aunties out there.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
I'm super excited, and to piggyback off of Simone with the with our donation drive, I'm super excited too. As you can tell,
yes,
um, you could just drive through. You could drive through,
Yes,
and you don't have to get out your car.
you ain't got to get out
right,
You don't have to get out your car. Drive
your.
through. Come get a hot dog.
Yes,
It's a Thursday night. It's still the summer. So come on out, bring the kids out, come hang out with us, see what we're about. You'd be surprised. You're going to love it. We know you're going to want to join it and do something great with us. So
yes,
come on out, support, support, support. We ready to take this thing to a whole nother level. And we want these ladies to be
yeah,
able to get all that they need. So we want you to show up and show out. Yes.
we need
absolutely.
so many donations that we need that we're gonna need bigger than a 10 by 10 space. Okay.
Yes.
Claiming
Yes.
it,
We need a building.
claiming it.
Yes. Yes.
We need a building, y'all. We really need a building for everything that we want to do. We need a building and we need a bus with
Yes,
AC because we're in Florida
transportation.
and it's
Love
hot.
it. Listen, so Erica, you are so well connected. You have all of these resources. Like, what are your thoughts? Because I know you were just excited, like beaming with excitement when we were talking about this drive. So, what are your thoughts? What are you looking forward to?
I'm excited. I've been sharing the word. I've got some really good connections with charities like the Ronald McDonald House. And
Hmm.
so I've been networking and learning about, just how much of a need we have here in the Central Florida area. It's everywhere, but I'm hearing it firsthand from my friends who are on the ground floor over at the hospitals. And so
Yeah.
I'm just ready to, how can I help assist and just really elevate this vibe and just let these young women know that you're not alone. Like you hear that so much. And I feel like, I hate to talk about the pandemic, but it changed our world. And now people are
Yeah.
more to speak to each other. They're afraid, I don't like to use the word afraid. I don't like fear, but people don't want to come out as much and they don't want to mingle. And I'm trying to get back to that because life is too short.
It is. It's
Yes.
incredibly too short. And I'm just so excited about it. There is just something that kicks jump starts in me, that kick starts in me when it is about helping the underdog, when it is about helping someone who actually needs help and doing it with a pure heart. Like I love to see community come together for a great cause because isn't that what we want to leave in terms of the next generation, the future generations? Like I will take my sons with me because it's like, listen, what I want to curate in you and instill in you is that it is more than about you. It's
Yep.
more than about what you can get. It's about what can you give to the next person who may not be able to do anything for you. Like
Right.
once you plant that seed in your community and you give and you do what helps the next person, that will come back to you,
Yep.
and it will make for a better community as a whole. And so that's just one of the things that I've always been prominent with would be like that community help and support. And you never know like the connections, you never know what's going to lead, what an interaction is going to lead to. Simone has had interactions and
Mhm.
has honed in on her interactions with each one of us, on this particular episode. And I just think that that's just so dynamic, like just that power, that word of mouth. It's like, listen, this is a vision that I had. This is what I want to do. And then just look at the attractor that it is for so many dynamic women. And we're doing it. And just think about how many lives like we are about to touch. Like think
Yeah, we've
about how
already
many,
touched.
right, that you
Yeah,
have already.
yeah,
And
because we in
then
them schools.
like a full circle moment. Think about all of those successful teenage women who are going to be able to give back. Like
Yeah,
think about the teenage women, teenage girls who were teenage moms, but now they're women and they are successful and they are thriving and they have a story to tell and they are able to give back to this organization. It's just like a full circle moment because I'm pretty sure somebody poured into them and now it's their turn, to pass the torch and pour into this organization. And so I see that she is on. So I do want to give a kudos to Miss Rashawn Williams. Like you put this in the group chat on yesterday. And so Rashawn came up with this idea because her wheels are constantly turning, and I just sometimes be looking at her like, what did you just say we're about to do? Like, catch me up to speed. Like, what is it that we are doing now, madam? What are we doing? And so she came up with this idea because both of us are Mary Kay consultants, right? And so she came up with this idea, hey, why not do a fundraiser through Mary Kay? And so, what is about to happen for GLAM through Mary Kay, through Rashawn's business? Rashawn is my mentor in the business because she brought me in to the business. And so, what she's going to do, we created a link and a QR code. And so, all of the proceeds from July 11th, which will be this Thursday, until July 25th, if you log on and you purchase a Mary Kay item, what will happen is that item, what you are pledging is that you will buy an item that will be for our girls. And so, who doesn't like to have luxurious skin? Who doesn't want skincare? Who wouldn't like a facial, right? We have some great fragrances and all of that good stuff. Mary Kay is not your old Mary Kay. Let me just tell you
it
that,
is
okay?
not.
It is just not. And Simone knows because Rashawn
It
has
is.
done plenty of facial services for her. And we are also doing a facial. We are also doing a 5 and 15 minutes this Wednesday from 8 to 8:15. Just if you wanted to know information. But what I love about this donation that we're doing, or this fundraiser that we're doing, is 40% of the proceeds from all of the sales from July 11th through July 25th will go towards GLAM. And so I'm excited about that. Kudos to Rashawn. Thank you so much for coming up with that idea and partnering with me in order to be able to give back to GLAM, because
Thank you.
that's how much we do care about GLAM. And I was like, girl, yes, like all you have to do is just say that we're giving to GLAM. Like, absolutely. So not only is 40% going to GLAM, but the products that you purchase, that you decide to purchase, keep a teenage girl in mind, because those products will be delivered directly to 225 Lincoln Avenue, Lake Wells, Florida. So all of those products will come there, as well as 40% of those proceeds. And so if you have an organization out there, and if you are just a giver, a philanthropist, you have a passion to help the next person in your community, I really, really encourage you to link with GLAM. Simone, give us the website or give us the contact information where they can contact you if they want to make donations. Like if they're not able to drop it off physically, like what can they do to contact you?
So you can call us at on our phone 877-882-5379. Our website is www.girlsleaveamark.org. It's spelled exactly how it sounds. Or you can just come by. I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, from 9 to 5:30, and you're more than welcome to come knock on this side door. That's hold on. This way. I don't even know what direction it's
Right.
pointing. It's to my left. So you can just knock on the door and say, hey, I'm outside. I have donations. I've actually had two people. Thank you, Salika. Drop some donations off here. Salika
Yay.
Essentials, yes. Her daughter actually came. Her daughter looked just like her. So pretty. Came and dropped off 5 bags of clothes. So yeah, I'm here Monday through Friday. 9 to 5:30. I'm actually thinking about extending my hours for a month to Saturdays just to see how it goes with doing the background checks to see if it picks up more. But right now, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30. At any time you can come by, somebody will be here.
And so I hope you didn't just, so for the pantry drive, what are the hours that we're doing that? And then give the start of the kickoff so everybody would be there for the kickoff on Thursday.
Right, okay. So the kickoff on Thursday is at 5:30 at 225 Lincoln Avenue. It's right here.
Yes.
225 Lincoln Avenue is 5:30 to 8:30. We are also, I've actually convinced the other businesses here in the office to do a mix and mingle. So you can come by, drop off some donations, get you a hot dog, and then come in and meet some of the entrepreneurs that's in this building. There is a lot of great things happening here in Lake Wales, and the donation drive is like just the start. You start at the donation drive, you end in the mix and mingle. So,
look, I was waiting for that because I was like, I know Simone is gonna like find a way to integrate some other thing into this. And so, I love it.
I can say Sharina is helping me plan this. So she's gonna work on the flyer. I just gotta remember to send her the logos tonight. But there will be a mix and mingle right during the event. So you'll be able to come. If you don't want to stay, you don't have to stay. If you just want to drop off your donations, you're more than welcome to do so. But I would love for you to park your vehicle, come in and meet some of the other businesses and just see what we're doing down here. Because it's a lot of great things going down here.
Tracy, you have any thoughts? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to seeing the overwhelming support and just come, I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am too. What about you, Erica? I think we should do like some yoga or something. Like you got me this 200 plus hours of yoga training.
Let's get it scheduled on the books. No, I've been thinking a lot lately. My youngest is almost 2. She'll be 2 in a couple weeks. And I keep thinking about all the things that I have been so helpful on my motherhood journey. So things like the sleep sacks, the zip up footy jammies, like onesies, like even with, tiny stains, we can get creative and dye them, tie-dye them.
That's fun. I love that.
Give us a reason to get together.
No, this one, I can't even touch you, Erica, but this one right here.
But yeah, I've been really thinking. I've got a big box ready to bring to the donation myself, and it's just full of. I've got like a cover that goes on the shopping cart.
Yeah.
I've got just random
things. Yes.
Yeah, and things you don't think about, especially a new mom. I couldn't imagine being a new mom in today's world with the hundreds of thousands of baby gear items.
Yes.
Listen, I'm a new mom, and people ask me this all the time. Like, Simone, how is it, having your first child at 16 and then having another child 20 years later? And all I can tell y'all is it is absolutely one of the best things I have ever experienced in my life. And the reason why I say that is because when I was 16, I had Trey, and then 18, I had Kira. It was just things were just moving so fast. I was just trying to make the buck to be able to take care of my kids. So I got to miss a lot of important milestones because I was, like Miss Tracy said, working 2 jobs to be able to support my kids, and my kids were in daycare. So a lot of things that parents get to see, I miss those. They experienced that at daycare, and I wasn't there. So having a child 20 years later, and she's 8 months. She'll be 8 months tomorrow.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
that baby was just born. How was she 8 months?
Right. Tell me about it. Like, it is incredible because I get to see like this journey. She's to the point now where she's standing up now and she's like rocking. I don't remember that with my other kids. So to see all of these milestones, and I'm excited, and I'm blessed that God, blessed me to be able to have another child at 36 because I was told it was a 13% chance I could get pregnant again after I had Applejack.
Wow.
And to be able to, get pregnant again, and I can't have any more now. But I'm happy that God blessed me with one more. So now I get to experience, having a baby as a grown woman, a 36-year-old woman who's way more mature than I was at 16. And also as a wife, my other three
Yeah.
kids came out of wedlock. So to do it the right way this time, it's just
Yeah.
it's just different, it's just different. And I wouldn't trade there. Trust me, there are a
Yeah.
lot of nights where I'd be like, Raya, come on now. You know, but she
And look,
is
and Rashawn is saying you're doing a great job
thank you,
with
baby. And
heart,
so
with
are you.
heart, with
So are
heart.
you.
Hey, but you know what? Just hit me is the fact of I I'm a firm believer, and I truly feel like God ordered your steps in this
Yeah.
venture. Because if you really look at this, like for Simone, for you to even go through motherhood again at the beginning of motherhood and then start this type of an organization, think about how impactful your words are going to be, even more so to those girls. Like, yes, you were a teen mom, but maybe they look at you and they say that was so, far, or that's detached from what your reality is right now. But it's like, no, I can talk to you about sleepless nights.
Yep.
Seriously. Like, I know
Yep.
exactly what you're going through. Like, I know exactly what's on the market in terms of products, in terms of, resources. And it's like that
It's
is so amazing that
incredible. It
they
is.
have that
Like, it
bonding
is.
experience, like with you, the founder of Girls Leave a Mark, and you're providing resources, and you're providing support, and you're providing these, professional developments, as we would,
Right.
use in the professional world for these girls. And I think that is amazing, and I think it's so admirable. So kudos to
Sometimes I
you.
just want to pinch myself because it literally just doesn't feel real at times,
Yeah.
And like you said, having a baby and then birthing this organization,
Yeah.
it's just crazy how it's a full circle. You said something about like how did you say it? You said something about the full circle, and you said the women who were teen moms then are now successful women, and now we're bringing up
Because
these
you're that
teenage moms.
person.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it made me think of the eight, like the infinity. Like if we just
Yeah.
continue supporting each other, it will just continuously grow. And can you imagine what that would do for this community? What that would do for Central Florida in general? That is this just it's crazy to me, and I'm just excited about everything we're doing. I cannot thank you ladies enough, the ones that are not on the call. I cannot thank my family enough, because trust me, if I had to do this by myself, I would have been gave up, because
Yeah.
it's hard. This is a big boat. I feel like if I was doing this by myself, it's like pushing a cruise ship by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it feels like, because you make a mistake, you could mess up the future of someone else. So it's like everything has to be done right. It has to be, in orders. And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
So listen, before we get out of here, what I want you to do is, when you thought about the inception of GLAM, when you think about it totality, likewise, because I just had a professional development here at my school today, and one of the things that we had to do was talk about our vision, what we saw, our vision long term. Because as a leader, you have to be a visionary, right? And I know that you had a vision, an overall vision for GLAM. Like, when you see GLAM mature, because you're birthing her right now, like she's born now,
Yeah.
she's not 8 months yet, but she's born, she's born now. What do you see her looking like in adulthood? Like, what do you see GLAM looking like in its maturity?
Well, Miss Tracy has already caught Tampa. Uh, we have members literally saying, "Hey, we're gonna have GLAM here. We're gonna have GLAM here." So to answer your question, GLAM is going to be nationwide. It is going to be everywhere. There are going to be chapters all over the world. That's a
I
fact.
love it. Global.
This is going to be a
International.
global organization. We are going to be impacting teenage moms, just not in Central Florida, but everywhere where we're able to impact them.
Ladies, y'all got your passports? You got your
Yes.
passports? Because
Yes.
Yes,
let's
yes.
travel. How
We're
about
gonna
that?
be
Let's
traveling.
travel.
We're
Yes.
gonna be traveling. But one of the places that outside of Polk County, because Polk County, of course, I was born and bred here, so Polk County is near and dear to me. Another place I would love to get into would be Jamaica, because of course that's my family's home country. So
Yeah.
I would, oh my God, to have a Girls Leave a Mark in Jamaica would just. Whew.
Let's do
So
it.
if you in Jamaica, you want to, you want
Yes.
to have a Girls Leave a Mark, please get in contact with me, because I
Because
would
right
love.
now, honestly, you are on a global podcast anyway. And my numbers, well, it's like people in Australia. That's like my highest numbers that I get, people who are in Australia. But hey,
But it's still global.
Jamaica, if you're
Yes.
listening,
Jamaica.
if you are, you
Carolina.
know, right. So listen, that is gonna happen. We're gonna claim that for you. I'm gonna make sure all my information is up to date. All my shot records are good, because as soon as you say that we're boarding the plane, all of us need to be ready to go. We need to be ready to go. So ladies, I have really appreciated you guys coming on. Like I stated, the purpose of this was really to make sure that GLAM hits as many audiences as possible, because on this platform, because I'm like, I didn't even see you watching. So how did you know about this episode? Like, you're telling me some things that I didn't even know because I didn't see you. But of course I can't see everybody, right? And so I just know the impact that this podcast has. And so I wanted to make sure, of course, that GLAM, the red carpet was rolled out for this organization. The kickoff is July, this Thursday, guys. July 11th, starting at 5:30, right?
Yes, ma'am. And then
In Lake Wells, Florida, 225 Lincoln Avenue. Make sure that you are there. Make sure you come with your goodies. Make sure that you are able to purchase, or you're willing to purchase, with our Mary Kay fundraiser that we're doing, because 40% of those proceeds will go towards GLAM, and the products that you purchase will go directly to the girls for the GLAM Pantry donation drive. And make sure that you're with us for the kickoff. I cannot wait for the kickoff. It's July 25th, but we are going to raise so many things that storage unit that we have is going to burst.
Oh no, that's the finale. The finale is the 25th.
What did I call it?
The kickoff is the 11th. Yeah, I think you got the dates confused.
So not the kickoff. The kickoff is July 11th. The finale. In my brain, all I heard was finale, and I'm up saying kickoff. The finale. It's July 25th. The kickoff is July 11th. So please make sure that you reach out to someone that you yourself donate, even if it's one item, even if you're coming to support us in numbers, volunteers. So Simone, are we accepting volunteers to help, or what are we doing?
We are definitely accepting volunteers to help. And you can find the volunteer form right on our website at Girls Labor Mart.
All right. So make sure that you keep in contact with us. Be on the lookout, because I know you're going to be doing some vending opportunities when it comes to GLAM. I know that the word is going to continue to go out, and definitely if you know a teenage mother who is in need of services, of support, please make sure they reach out to the GLAM team. If you know a woman who is, or who has been exposed to abuse, or even a teenager who's been exposed to abuse, make sure that you send them our way, because that is what we're here to do. We're here to help and support, to educate, to empower. All right. Any final words, ladies?
I just want to say thank you in advance. Thank you to everyone who has supported GLAM, to those who plan on supporting GLAM. And remember, if you don't have anything to donate, we always accept cash. But for real, we do.
Gift card, cash, all that good stuff.
Cash, card, all of that. They need all of it. They really do.
All right. So we are claiming victory. We are claiming a tremendous impact in the community. Make sure that you guys support, and I will be sharing information about the donation drive throughout the week, throughout the course of the donation drive. And so I am so elated that you made it here, those of you who were able to watch it live. And if you are catching the replay, when you see this on YouTube, IG, or Facebook Live, what I want you to do is make sure that you type the word replay if you're catching it with the replay, and make sure that you are in tune every Monday at 7 p.m. on IG Live, Facebook Live, and on Instagram Live, your favorite podcast platform. It is so easy to be a part of my Jazzie crew. Number one, I need for you to be a goal digger. And that's GOAL digger, because we are all about reaching our goals over here on this podcast. And I need for you to make sure that you understand that you can come back from anything with God, the right resources, knowing how to use those resources effectively, and your willingness to do the necessary work. And with those three components, you definitely will know the power of a comeback. So I will see you here for episode 127 on next week, Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you later. See you later, ladies. Thank you so much for being on.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.